Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open, except for next week. And if you want to join the UVH fam, links are below in our description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you are here right now, say what up, say hi, say what's going on. Good morning. We currently have the S&P's flat, 0. Dow's down 19. NASDAQ up $7 or $8 here. Gold's up 10. Kind of coasting right now with the market ahead of earnings. What's going on? Carl, Hank, Tan, Jim, Jeff, Faiz, Typical Vids, Ben, Jack, how we doing this morning? Happy Friday. We made it. The market's spiking right now. Needed some good coronavirus news. So they came out with this article earlier this morning. Within 8 minutes of each other. This got published at 8:42 a.m. Eastern time. This one got published at 8:50. 8 minutes apart. Seems kind of planned. It says single day spike of 63,000 new cases. And here it says coronavirus related deaths are beginning to tick up in several so-called hotspots. And then 8 minutes later, Gilead says remdesivir coronavirus treatment reduces the risk of death. So, seems a little shady. Seems a little shady, Keith, how we doing? If you're just joining, say what up. So, yeah, that's kind of what's pushing the market right now. A lot of deaths. I mean, a lot of cases and deaths are ticking up, but Gilead is to the rescue with their drug treatment. So, just a heads up. That's really what's moving the markets right now. Overnight, the markets were relatively. There was just like a lot of chop. Obviously the S&Ps did head towards the low of day yesterday when we had that major sell-off, and then they bounced. They're starting to bounce back up. So I don't know how much strength these have or not. Now, if you're trying to short Amazon or Netflix, keep in mind Amazon and Netflix were upgraded today. Netflix got a price target. What was it, like 635? Let me see my phone here. I have it here. So Netflix got a price target from Goldman Sachs of 670 a share, and then Amazon was upgraded by Citigroup to 35.50. So I don't know if Amazon's ever going to come down. So just be mindful that Netflix and Amazon were upgraded today. So I don't know what that's going to do to the stock. Obviously, is pushing it up pre-market right now. Market's moving higher on this drug treatment news. We'll see what the algos do with it today. So, it seems like every week Amazon and Netflix are getting upgraded because, that's what happened last week. That's what's happening this week. Is it just like the analysts, like, hey, I don't want to be the only analyst that didn't upgrade this stock. Let me just make sure I upgrade it because my buddy did down at so-and-so firm, and I want to make sure I'm hopping on board here. What's going on, Daniel Matthews? If you're just joining, say what up. So just be mindful. Shorting, it looked like pretty good for shorts yesterday to kind of pile in a little bit with a little bit of a gap down today. But Atom Finance, I can sign in maybe. Let me see if I can sign in. I don't even know. The only reason I'm not signed in currently. Yo, Billy, what's going on? Let's see if I can sign in here. Atom Finance so you guys can see. I don't really use it that much, but you can kind of see here. Let me pull it over here. So basically, like add-on finance, what you could do is you sign up. Obviously, it's free. You can add companies that you want to watch. Like these are the stocks that I'm currently watching right now, and then they provide you news updates on that, and then they send you alerts when things get upgraded or downgraded. Right here, as you can see, Amazon target raised to 35.50, Netflix, Goldman Sachs upgraded to 670 from 540. So that's where I got the information. I shorted Netflix yesterday. Yeah, the thing is, last week when Netflix was upgraded, so look at this. So last week Netflix was looking like it was going to come down, and then it got upgraded, and this literally ran straight up. It's like, oh, I'll short into the weakness here. And then they get upgraded, and boom. You know, that's why swing trading is so hard right now. Right now, this week we don't have a whole lot of catalysts other than like the Gilead news and stuff like that, because I think the market is kind of ramping up for next week. So next week we do have the banking earnings, the banked earnings. We also have Netflix earnings and Microsoft. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna trade the banks or not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not really liking where they are in terms of, like I was looking at JP Morgan this morning and actually kind of see what's kind of going on with it. JP Morgan was before this little ramp up, it dipped down to 90 here. Doesn't look particularly strong. And on the 1-year chart, JP Morgan, I mean, it's in big trouble. It's in big trouble. It's nothing but faded. However, if you're looking at implied volatility here for next week, implied volatility only at 61%, a $6 move. They're expecting a $6 move implied volatility. So I typically like to sell premium for earnings, and I'm just not seeing it. Even like Netflix, if you look at Netflix for next week, I mean, I'm sure like implied volatility will go up. I mean, implied volatility for Netflix only 72%. I feel like the way that the stock has been moving, it should be way higher than that. It's expecting a $43 move, which is pretty decent, but 72% IV is not great. Not great. Unlike Bed Bath & Beyond, when even though Bed Bath & Beyond implied volatility was 300% and the stock moved like 20%, we still made money because IV was so high. IV was so high, we still made money on a 20% move to the downside. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for some free money plays. And right now, I think that JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, I don't know. I'm not seeing much opportunity in terms of options. Sure, you could buy calls, you could buy puts, but I think that's a pretty high risk trade right now for earnings. Where I mean, the only saving grace for like JP Morgan right now and like Bank of America is it's down here at the support. But it could come down to 70 or 80. Sure, there's support down here. Support down here could also pop up to 115 and be like, oh, we had a great quarter. Straight up. So that's why typically like my strategy, and it's what's worked for me over a long period of time, is just selling premium for earnings on high price premium. That's what I'm doing. Like GS, the only thing, like Hank, Goldman Sachs, the only saving grace I think for Goldman Sachs here is I really like this bullish formation. Obviously, earnings can ruin it, but I think their trading revenues are going to be up, and Goldman Sachs, they need the trading revenues, and it's a big impact for them on their financials. So, I mean, I definitely think this could push up, but I don't know if it could recover to the 250, 240 area. You know, maybe push 210, 215. You know, expected move for next week plus or minus $15. Implied volatility really low, 64%. So, and if you want to trade, you can even go into like August. You can go into August and buy some too, so you don't get totally screwed. Implied volatility for August is like 46%. You can go to August expiration, pretty cheap premium in here. And then you got over 40 days to kind of figure it out, over 30 days. You know, you could buy like a call and then do like an out of the money debit put spread to kind of save yourself some coin. If it goes against you, you could do that. There's a lot of options you could do. Like, I don't think you would want to do anything for a credit at 46% IV, but you could if you want to get long, buy a naked call, and then for protection, add on a debit put spread down here around maybe 185, like 185 or 180, $10 wide or something like that. Kind of cover you up a little bit. Kind of play with the cost. I don't know what the exact costs are right now, but that's what I would do. Is if I want to be like, I really want to be long JP Morgan, I really want to be long Goldman Sachs, or if you want to really want to be short with IV that low, you got to go debit. So if I'm gonna go debit, I'm not gonna go this week. I'm gonna go further out, probably August expiration. Try to get in there. I know it costs more money, but safety. Yo, Tobin, what's going on? But yeah, like Coolio, the one thing that will be for sure, you can trade all these after earnings. If there's no opportunity before earnings, there's probably a high probability there's going to be opportunities after earnings for these bank stocks. You know, I think Netflix will be good. I think Microsoft will be good, but with IV so low for premium sellers like myself, like last quarter was banging. We were making, I mean, pretty much every earnings trade, every earnings was flat. We were taking it in premium. I don't think last season I had a single like max loss. I know I had one on, what was that stock like 2 weeks ago? Max loss. It was a small max loss though. It was, I don't remember, but it was small. But overall, earnings season definitely made the portfolio fat last earnings season. Now this earnings season, way different because yes, the stocks moved a lot like it did last quarter. However, implied volatility is super, super low. And that is not good. Not a winning position there. So, what stocks do you guys want to look at? I'm also looking at NVIDIA today. Just trying to going to see what we're going to be doing. I'm looking at NVIDIA. I'm looking at Tesla. I'm looking at Amazon for some day trades today. NVIDIA is obviously a bit detached here, but that doesn't seem to matter. It's up even more, another $4 pre-market. Ever since it broke 400, 380 area, it just ramped up. It just keeps going. Right now, S&Ps are up a tad. Dow's up 14, NASDAQ up 5 from being down. So we'll see. We're looking at S&Ps here. SPY traders. You know, when we're range bound like this, the only people that lose are premium buyers that are far out of the money, you know, 1 standard deviation away and stuff like that. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. So if you're trading SPY, trade closer in the money because you're gonna get, you know, even though it came from a high, went all the way down to 310, went from 317 down to 310, now closed at 314, and we're opening back probably around 314 unless something changes in the next 15 minutes. Yo, Chad, what's going on? Ben, how you doing? So, excuse me. Man. UAL Airlines, anyone trading the airlines? Right now, UAL, they have some news out today. Airlines reached a deal with pilot union representing about 13,000 pilots regarding early retirements. However, it looks like they're popped up. But I mean, yesterday for the airlines, if anyone's trading the airlines, I mean, it's looking bleak. You know, these took another leg down here after trying to hold it. Took another leg down. UAL is down right now. It's red about 75 cents or so, about a buck from where it closed yesterday. Delta down as well. You know, unlike the rest of the market, I mean, look at the rest of the market and even like the S&Ps. Remember yesterday, you know, we had that huge dip and then the recovery. Look at the airlines. The airlines did not recover at all. We had a bump up, but it never came back up. How's Tesla still going up? I mean, the thing about Tesla that I find interesting here, it's pretty much hugging 1400. We've had a couple dips. Yesterday it went down to 1350. The day before that went down to 1316. You know, and then we had some other dips down to 1340 after hugging the 1400 area, and it's just been kind of chilling right here. The question is this bullish or bearish? You know, right now, $20 billion in capital is short Tesla, which is a record for the amount of money anybody or at any time a stock has been that short in terms of capital. Like 20 billion is allocated to short. So if you think about that, if there is an uptick, like this could get, I mean, Tesla right now, because there's so many shorts, I mean, it's operating like a penny stock. So it could, if it pushes up 1450 area, 1500, this could trigger a serious short squeeze and it could go to 2000. Really, it really could. So what's it holding up here for? Is it tired and people are just holding? Are people going to give up and it's going to drop? Or is it just consolidating and it's going to push up? And right now, that's where we're at right now. You know, if you kind of look at this run from, let's kind of erase what that part is. Now, if you kind of look at this, same situation with Tesla, bumping around between 900 and 1,000 for a few weeks. It was like, can't get up. People are like, oh yeah, we're going to lay hard into the 1,000 area, you know, and we're going to short it because it looks weak. It looks like it's going to come back down, 700, you know, ramp up from 350 to 1,000. And then they squeezed them. They squeezed them hard. So I think there's definitely a battle on Wall Street, but is this going to come back down to earth, or is it going to squeeze these shorts more? I mean, I think we really don't know. I don't think we know, and the powers that be will decide. You know, if people really want to squeeze those shorts, they can have an explosive move to the upside. Explosive. And it doesn't even mean who cares about Tesla the company? That doesn't matter. When there's $20 billion short, maybe somebody wants to try to get that. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Beyond Meat right here. Citigroup has downgraded Beyond Meat to 123 per share. Citi expects the meatless meat maker to face long-term pressure. So people trading Beyond. I traded it a little bit yesterday. I did have a nice winning trade on Beyond Meat yesterday. But right now, you know, Beyond had a nice V-shaped recovery here. We made some money on this tick up here. Nailed that one. But they're gapping down on the downgrade. So you guys want to be careful on these upgrades and downgrades, whether you're long or you're short. Be careful. Be careful. Now, right now, every time Beyond has been dipping below 140, it's been getting saved. It's had some solid support here, but now, you know, gapping down 137. Yesterday it did hit 136 area, pop back up. So it'll be very interesting today. It's like ZM Trash Company, but I'm betting against it because people value it at 500. Well, Zoom. The thing what you want to be careful about Zoom is it has such a wide recognition. I mean, like Tesla. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they do. I mean, Zoom. I mean, you don't want to bet against the trend either. You know, You don't want to bet against the trend here. I mean, if you look at this, it's clearly following the 10-day ticket up slowly but surely. Now, are we going to get an explosive move to the upside? Are we going to get an explosive move to the downside? I don't know. But if you didn't trade in 2017, if you guys weren't trading in 2017, this was a lot like 2017, where every day stocks would go up, but people kept shorting them. People kept saying, oh, it doesn't deserve to be this. Amazon doesn't deserve to go from 800 to 1200. Amazon doesn't deserve to go from 800 to 1600. And all those people lost. Every single one of them. Every single one. Yo, Gunther. So I'm not streaming for the rest of next week. This is my last live stream until I get back. I'm going to be leaving next week. So check out Us versus Herd. Us versus Herd's main channel. I'll have content I'm dropping next week. So Amazon, I just think it's just way too much, you know. Yo, Arch, it's my last live stream for the week. I will be back. I will be back live streaming on the 20th. On the 20th. I'm peacing out. I think I need a break, you know. Yeah, Amazon, I mean, it keeps getting upgraded, it keeps getting squeezed. It's going on the upside. I mean, like, eventually we're going to get some pullback, but you can't really time that. I mean, you better just run with the bulls right now. I thought we would have some little retracement back down to 3,000 or something like that, but it doesn't. Everything will probably crash when I'm gone. Typically when I take off, things fall apart. And there's huge amount of money to be made, and things are going all over the place, and you know. Apple looks like a much safer bet if you're looking at it, but still just riding the 10-day, had a nice major breakout here. But I mean, if you're looking at it, it just kind of resumed, you know, if the pandemic never happened, it's just resuming the pattern that it was in, riding like before, riding the 10-day, right? That's all it's doing now. It's still the same thing, still the same pattern. The pattern resumed. So Apple's a pretty safe bet just to kind of buy the pullback when it comes back to the 10-day, push it back up, really. But I mean, I think that it's coming. 400 liftoff. Yo, J Cam, Tan, Jesse, how we doing? Good morning. Glad to see you all here on a Friday. Hope you guys make some money today. Right now, the S&Ps are only up 2, Dow's only up 25. NQ, NASDAQ only up 13. So I don't know. Today could be a premium burning day. They could chill with it. I mean, Fridays typically have been a little bit crazy, a little crazy as of late though. NIO, you know, doesn't seem to be slowing off either. It's gapping up another buck. So it's just gonna keep pushing. And now we have all these EV companies coming to market, whether they're good, they're bad. You know, NKLA, NIO, you don't know if they're making money, not making money. But Rivian raises $2.5 billion in aggressive plan to beat Tesla and Nikola with the first all-electric pickup. You know, I think what's happening is, you know, obviously there's going to be other companies that come along. You know, kind of like we have now. You know, we have Ford, GM, Nissan, Toyota. You know, there's a wide range, and they all make money, right? They all make money, and the ones that don't have fallen off over the years, and that's kind of this. We're entering a new age where when I'm like an 80-year-old man, there's gonna be these EV, like we're at the forefront of EV. This is like back when Ford started and had like the Model T, right? And then GM and Chevrolet and all that stuff was starting out. That's where we are right now with the EV market, autonomous driving. However, Tesla is so far ahead in terms of their technology. It'll be really interesting to me how these other companies do. I mean, Elon also said the other day that, you know, they're really close to autonomous driving. Like, you don't need to be driving at all. I mean, right now they do have autonomous driving, but you have to have your hands on the wheel, and even then people go to sleep, and they do some crazy stuff, and then they die sometimes in the Tesla because they're not paying attention. But what he means by autonomous, meaning like you don't even have to be doing it, which I think when I'm an old man, I think it's going to be great. I'll call up my car, go pick up my prescriptions, do all this stuff. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I just bought a new car, and one of the features is you can have, like if you're at work and stuff like that. And I don't really need this feature, but it's kind of cool for the people that are out and about. But you can have Amazon Prime delivered right to your vehicle. They'll put it in your vehicle with a keyless entry, and you don't need to do anything, which is pretty cool. If you're at home, or if you have your office, or if you're at if you're at work, for people, I think this is of a great value. But I was like one of the features on the car was Amazon Prime delivered to your vehicle. I'm like, what? How does it work if I'm like moving around? I don't know. Maybe I should just try it to see what happens. I don't know. I order a lot of stuff from Amazon, so I don't know. I got a Chevy Traverse. I bought a 2020 Traverse, and honestly, it's the first time I've ever bought an American vehicle. Now you're probably gonna be like, why did you do that? But I've been dedicated to Toyota and Nissan for so long, just because their cars have performed so well for me, with the amount of maintenance that I had to put into it, just the overall functioning of it. And this is the first time we were actually pretty torn between. We were looking at the Kia Telluride, the Hyundai Palisade, and then the Chevy Traverse. And I told my wife, though, if something goes wrong within the first year of having this thing, I'm getting rid of it. So we'll see. I mean, I'm a loyal customer to Toyota and Nissan, to their cars, and it was, I would say as a new Chevy owner, it was a bit stressful. I don't know if it's going to work out. We're just starting off our relationship, so we'll see. But if you have a Chevy Traverse, you can get Amazon Prime delivered to your vehicle. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, right now it looks like the S&Ps have kind of stalled out. The market's just about opening up here. Microsoft, what's Microsoft doing this morning? Microsoft, it didn't quite recover from the dip yet. These are heading a little bit lower, so it's going to be interesting. Thoughts on BA? Boycott BA 2020. Hashtag that all year. Yeah, Honda Accord. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you've had a Honda or a Nissan or a Toyota, it's hard. It's hard for you. It's hard for you. BA sucks. Derek comes out and just BA sucks. That doesn't sound resentful at all. It doesn't sound resentful. Yeah. But yeah, Boeing, I mean, it's gapping down again today. I mean, like, what do you want from it? What do you want? You want to lift off to 400 and ride out on a white horse and your hair blown in the wind? Pick a different horse, man. Pick a different horse. BA's not it. BA is not it. All right, so we're getting the Tesla flushing a little bit, holding green though. I mean, these opens have been the most unexciting opens in a while. Like, they're just like, we just open flat and it's just burning premium and just kind of sitting there. VXX though is up 20 cents, not huge, but we are maintaining, VXX is maintaining the 30s here, 33 area, which is interesting. Are we going to get a pop in volatility? We'll see. TLT, bonds. Man, pre-market hit 169. I mean, this had a lift off. This is definitely very concerning when it comes to the overall market. So just be very careful. This went from 162 to 167 in the last 4 days. I was actually thinking about adding some around 163, 164. I definitely wish I did, but I hate BA. Never again. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be scarred from the pandemic, and the list of stocks that people are going to be scarred from is Boeing, Tesla, Amazon. I'm sure there's some other ones in there, Peloton. There's a lot. There's a lot. Electric jet's coming soon. But yeah, right now, the market is, let's see here, just kind of chilling. We have, if you guys trade Shop is down about $1. Nothing really going on. Tesla's showing some overall weakness, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here yet. I have no idea. Man, Tesla's getting the flush, though. Stocks open flat as investors weigh spike in coronavirus cases, treatment news. What's Daydog doing? Daydog's up 1%. All right, Amazon breached 3,200. Let's take a look at Netflix. What's Netflix doing right now? Man, Netflix gaps up $12. And rip Amazon shorts, rip Netflix shorts. Whew. You're shorting NIO today. Best of luck to you, mate. I mean, it could work out. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to work out, but that's a dangerous one. I mean, it's definitely dangerous. No lie. Is it still safe to buy NIO? I mean, I don't know. I typically don't buy these types of charts. I mean, if you didn't get in around here, it's but I'm not saying it can't go to 30. I mean, it could. I mean, we know what happened like stocks like AMD and stuff in the past. You know, AMD went from a penny stock to $50. So, but look how it's tied. Look how it's tied right now to Tesla. Tesla's down $11. This is dropping, but however, NIO is still green by like 4%, 3%. So at least you got that on your side. I mean, I would be careful because we haven't had. I mean, we had a down day yesterday, but I wouldn't say it was anything major. And now we could have I'm kind of counting the days where we have a major down day. BYND's down 7 now. Yeah, they got downgraded. I don't know if you were here for that. They got downgraded. Whew, lower 130s. Glad I got rid of Rebond. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting right now. S&P's turned, indexes turned red. So we have S&P's down 7, Dow's down 44, NASDAQ down 46. But right now it's kind of chilling. S&P is just playing this range, as you can see here. So I don't know if it's going to spike back up. But right now we've been very, very range bound. Like if you look at SPY, you know, if you're looking at SPY right now, last pretty much all week, 317, 310, pinging back and forth, which is a good range to be in. You can make money here, you know, as traders, you can make money. The worst thing that could happen to us, you know, is volatility dries up and SPY's moving 25 cents a day. Like that would be horrendous. Hitch Finance is SPAQ. Sounds like a bankrupt company to me. What is it? Spartan Energy? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a penny stock that's lifting off. It'll probably go back down. Penny stocks. If you trade penny stocks, I mean, I'm not saying don't trade penny stocks. Just be very careful if you do. Let's see. What is Disney doing? So Disney's set to open. I know there's a lot of Disney traders here. Disney is set to open this weekend in Florida. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It caught a nice jump from 112, 113 to 117, but got stopped out here. Does look bullish. I mean, it could ramp up to 125, but I think it needs the market to cooperate too. If the market's not cooperating, we're gonna have some trouble. We're gonna have some trouble. BAC is going the wrong way. Let's see. What are the banks doing right now? Banks right now. Wow. That's pretty strong. Financials are up. However, on the 1 year chart, it looks not that good. You know, on the daily day trading chart, the 5-minute chart, I mean, this thing's looking baller to the upside. But it's still, you know, the thing is, Carl, I don't know how long you're holding it for, it is still maintaining right in the 10-day down. So at least you got it going for you. It's retesting this 10-day. If you pull up here on the 1 year, it may test it up here, 23, 27 areas, getting awfully close. What happens here will definitely be interesting. Because you can see what happened here when the 50-day and the 10-day crossed, right? See this cross? Pushed it way lower. So that's kind of what you're looking for right now. Right now, I mean, whether you're long or short, you want to be looking at these kind of things because, I mean, yes, it's heading on down, but it's going to go the opposite direction. The question is, how much is it going to go the opposite direction? You know, there's buyers and there's sellers and that whole thing. I get it. And that's kind of like, you know, when I'm looking at Tesla right now. I don't know if people are going to try to pile in before earnings. Or let's see here. Bank of America doesn't have earnings till Thursday. So financials in general, people may be trying to get in before next week, try to pile in. You know, we're looking at Tesla. I'm thinking pull back to retest to get back down to the 10-day, unless it just stays here. And then, as you can see, the 10-day will start rising up, and then it can start riding the 10-day again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now, Tesla's stuck. What's gonna make it move out? And right now, the S&Ps are back to green. NASDAQ red. So it could potentially be like a rotation day. You know what I mean? Like it could be a rotation day where, I mean, NASDAQ has been green every single day, and that money coming could be piling out of NASDAQ into S&P and Dow stocks. Could happen. Yo, Mike, what's going on? I think we set a record for how many people join into my live streams on a Friday. Typically, the live streams on Friday, viewership is a lot lower because, I don't know, people just leave or they gave up for the week. I don't know. Shorting tech. Roku. Let's see Roku. Is it popping on the Netflix? You know, Roku and Netflix are definitely popping together. Yeah, Roku right now. Yeah, I mean, had a nice consolidation down here on 110. Now it's breaking out pretty nicely. Netflix riding out. You know, whatever. Usually, what's good for Netflix is good for Roku. You can trade them together. And Netflix is breaking out. Roku's breaking out. However, Netflix is a little bit stalled out here at open. It's kind of chilling right where it opened up at around the 519, 520 area, and it's still around there. So I don't know. I don't know if these pops are going to get faded. I'm going to try to look for some day trades today. Take it easy. Just kind of chill. Look for some good setups. Nvidia's coming back down. The thing is, you've been burned short so many times by these stocks, like you don't want to short them. Even yesterday with Nvidia, popped back up. It moved down, but it popped up, you know. Waiting for the snap break. Yeah, I mean, I wish we had a little bit more volatility. I mean, it seems like we just kind of move up. Yesterday was some good volatility. Could make some good money there yesterday, even though I bombed my exits. My entries yesterday were really good. Exits were super poor. So, got to be careful. Shopify coming on down right now. You guys are trading Shopify. Have a nice down move here. Try to take some profits here. All right, made a buck 50. Made a buck 50 on Shopify right now, so that's good. Head on down. I was selling some premium on there. I was selling some call spreads. The one thing I've been trading. I've been testing out Shopify a little bit, and what I don't like about Shopify is the illiquidity. So that's why, spread's a little tough, but on Shopify right now, I got yesterday. What did we do yesterday? Yeah, so Shopify, I sold 2 of them, $350 credit, and I bought them back for $1.75. So I made a $75 per contract. Only had 2 of them. But I'm just kind of testing out, but I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be trading it. It's kind of tough moving in and out of Shopify. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but lock in some gains, and then we can push them into a day trade. Be up $150. I've been practicing remaining calm and not to panic at the early part of the trading day. Yeah, you just kind of what I do, I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I kind of just sit here, let things happen. I mean, if I do take profits, like as you see now, people are like, oh, you traded. Yeah, I'll take profits on something that I think that I want to exit, but I'm not going to be entering any new trades. And that's the idea of kind of relaxing the first 15 minutes. I do have some incense here in my office. I can burn a little incense. We can relax, just take it easy. Take it easy. Calm, collective, keep your thoughts together. You don't want to make any bad decisions. You think Twilio can push over 250 and hold? I don't know about hold. I definitely think it can push over 250. Hold, I don't know. However, it is riding pretty nice. I mean, it would be nice for it to consolidate here. If you look at the characteristics of Twilio, right? Gapped up, consolidation. Consolidated here, push up. It's moving at levels at a time. It looks like it's moving at $20. So it moved up here. The range here is 180 to 200. Then leveled up 200 to 220, $20 range. Now it consolidated here, moved up, new range 220, 240. Now it's looking like it's trying to establish a range here at 240 to push up from 240 to 260. So yes, I do think so. But you have to look at what the characteristics are of this stock. And this stock right now, it moves all at once, consolidates, moves all at once, consolidates, moves all at once, consolidates. So right now we're in the consolidation phase, it looks like, which provides you an opportunity if you want to buy into that consolidation for the next push up. However, you just have to be mindful that the next push up might not be for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So you want to have time on your side. You don't want to be like, oh, it's going to push to 250 this week. I mean, it tried, but it didn't happen. It tried. Didn't happen. Looks like it's going a little bit lower now. Got to set the mood with the incense. So just look at Carl, when you're analyzing, look at the characteristic of the stock and try to identify the trends And if you realize where you are at that current moment, you can make a decision whether to enter a trade or not enter the trade. But you have to be mindful of where you are. A lot of people, what they do, like on a style like Twilio, is it ran from 200 to 220, and they'll buy right here. They'll buy right here for this week expiration and say it's going to run to 240. Instead, it consolidated, burned all their premium, and they lost all their money instead of pushing it out. So that's what you kind of want to look for, like when it comes to characteristics when trading a stock or analyzing a chart. So if I was going to trade, I mean, I would probably, like for me right now, I would wait for a down day like today, layer in a little bit, try to go a little bit safe, maybe put in like a debit call spread, something like that, a little bit safe, just kind of chill. Like when you have a stock like Twilio, you don't want to get too excited. Yes, there's big gains to be made, but you could get easily stopped out and you can lose all your money because of consolidation. Consolidation, especially if you're buying like out of the money, like I definitely don't recommend going like 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations away. And that's what like a lot of people's strategies are, like buying 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation stocks out, and you can't do that. You can't do that consistently. Sure, you're going to have some big winners, but your losers are going to far outpace your winners. I guarantee it. I'm pretty sure Tasty Trade has done studies on this, and that's why they sell premium 1 standard deviation away. There's a reason why they're selling premium 1 standard deviation away, because they know there's a high probability of that premium getting burned to the ground. So when you buy premium 1 standard deviation away, what do you think is going to happen to you day in, day out? That's why if you're buying premium, in the money, at the money is your best friend. Also, you get a higher delta. And people are like, well, I can't afford in the money or at the money. Well, trade cheaper stocks. There's something in the market for you. Whether it's GE, Teva, Snap, something low cost. You can't if you got a $500 account, you can't be rolling on some of these, like you can't be rolling up on Tesla and Boeing and all these things, You gotta chill. You gotta build your account up. But everyone wants to get rich quick, Finally green on the day. Yo, Ben. Claps in the chat for Ben. Congrats, man. I love seeing people go green. I love seeing people make money. That's what it's about. It's us versus herd. We want to make money. We want people to do well. This is a community that we want to. That I want that people can be uplifted, get motivated, not be called idiots because they don't know too much, or we all got to start someplace. We all start someplace. You know what I mean? The way that I talk about options and stocks is because I've spent a lot of time doing it. But someone starting today or yesterday, they don't know what's going on. And SRNE, nice. Yeah, I mean, with the Gilead news, any pharma stock is probably moving on up, right? One of the bigger ones was I had some stock in here. I rode TNDM from the 20s up into the 60s, but now it's running up. TNDM, pretty interesting on TNDM. They make medical devices for diabetes. Interesting up in here. Might come down a little bit, but we'll see. I do trade them a little bit from time to time, but I do like them now. Now they're a $100 stock, but I wrote it pretty nice from like the 20s up into the 60s. Got a wide butterfly on Tesla 1400. On the call side or the put side, Daniel? What are you looking at here? On the call side, what do you generally do butterflies on? You usually like to do them on the call side or the put side? I'm guessing the put side has some thicker premium on here. But I think, and Amazon's coming down a little bit. I mean, the stocks are kind of chilling. It's funny to think that Amazon is down $8 and you think that's a lot of money, but it's only down 0.25%. We're probably ripping up, right? SLV, James. Precious metals are hot right now. SLV had a nice bump up. Now it's coming back down to earth a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. It feels like, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a dump is imminent here. I mean, S&P is getting rejected at 31.50 here. We got rejected quite a few times yesterday. Popped up, rejected, popped up overnight, rejected, and now we did another retest of 31.50 right here. Danger zone for the S&Ps right now. Out of the money is cheaper than in the money, so I got the call side. Gotcha. Oh, did you do a debit or a credit? I'm just happy Shop took a dump and I was able to exit that position. honestly. PSMT. Like, if you guys don't know, Hank is the whisperer of stocks. He's scanning. Like, for me, like, I don't really rely on scanners and that type of thing. I mostly trade the same stocks day in, day out. But Hank, he's got, if you guys are interested, he's got the goods. Hit him up in the Discord. He drops a lot of insight. Every morning or every day. I mean, I'm actually surprised you guys hang out in the Discord all day, every day, which is crazy. I mean, it's good, but it's crazy. PSMT, yeah, it's coming up on resistance here, Hank. Price smart. See what happens. See if we can bust through. Looks like it wants to, but we'll see. It feels definitely like a premium burning day, to be honest with you. Shut up, what you're saying. Discord. Buy puts on Discord. I'm getting tagged in some messages on Discord. Let's see. Oh, Tana's. Now you're hitting me here. You guys are discording while I'm on YouTube, tagging me. Well, we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna jump off. We're about 25 minutes into market open. I will be in the Discord today. I am going to be creating some content for the week to drop on YouTube. Gonna be having a fun day. Just keep in mind, I will not be live streaming next week, so find someone else to live stream. Find someone else to live stream on. I'm sure there's some other traders that spit nonsense like me, So you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.